Hey, fellas, I got a couple of my buddies here. Thought I'd give them the grand tour. Think we can go inside?
Be serious. You have your authorization cards.
Right here.
Watch the door. Soundproof. Where's that signal?
It's up on the roof, I think.
Holly works in there. If she made it, maybe we can find her. Then we can go to the roof and break that signal, man.
Wait, boys, wait. You're making a big mistake.
You made the mistake.
No, you gotta listen to me. I thought you boys understood. It's business. That's all it is. You still don't get it, do you, boys? There ain't no countries anymore. No more good guys. They're running the whole show. They own everything, the whole goddamn planet. They can do whatever they want. What's wrong with having it good for a change? Now, they're gonna let us have it good if we just help them. They're gonna leave us alone, let us make some money. You can have a little taste of that good life, too. Now, I know you want it. Hell, everybody does.
You do it to your own kind.
What's the threat? We all sell out every day. Might as well be on the winning team. See ya, boys.
Let's go!
But what's interesting is it ends in a television station, which is very appropriate. There's a unique cut in it too.
I think you have to point out that in their quest to kind of find out how these aliens operate and why everyone is so subservient to them, they find out that there's a signal that goes out by a via radio station or TV station, and they decide that they're going to stop that signal, and then people will rise up and they will get rid of the aliens. And that's kind of it, right? And they end up at the TV station, and they end up, he ends up, the stranger that came to town ends up on the cross at the end. Like he ends up shooting at the transmitter,
he brings it down,
and they kill him, and he falls into the fire and he burns, and that's the end of it. But that's but that he has been successful in stopping the signal to to humanity that's making them subservient. Am I right?
You are right. Two things about what you're saying that I love. I love that Siskel and Ebert are actually two of the aliens or at least Siskel is one in the montage at the end, that he's one of the. So obviously Carpenter has some direct counter commentary on those guys, but they give him. There's a pretty effective tour of the machine, the system under the city, of like these concrete looking hallways and like this transportation device where they show people going to other planets, and it's like, wait, and he's like, these are everywhere. Like I'm surprised this isn't a TV series, because the scope of this thing, from at least my imagination standpoint, can get very vast. There's a unique cut in this conclusion when they Keith David, who one of the heroes of Combat Radio's Christmas Carol for a Cure, in a very Dickensian fashion, throws a grenade into a newsroom and blows it. But they cut from that explosion to like an executive watching that happen on the screen that we have never. I thought this was a real unique creative choice. They cut to this executive watching it happen on the screen. She's like, what the hell is happening? And the camera follows her as she walks out. We've never even seen this character, but explosion, cut to someone in another room watching it going, what the hell? Very unique editorial choice. And then, of course, they come blowing through the room that she's trying to exit through. And I thought that kind of caught my eye as like a little bit of fun between the director and the editor. Good way to do it.
Yeah, I recognize that they were using the technology at a TV station to help tell their story spatially, and that was one of those cuts that did that. It was fairly unique. Yeah.
And this is also produced by Shep Gordon, who was Alice Cooper's manager, a music guy. So, and Larry Franco,
I didn't know
producer, Larry Franco appears in it too. He also appears in The Thing. He's the Norwegian helicopter sniper.
Oh, is it really?
So,
wow.
Yeah, so he pops up in these movies, but I heard him saying once that the concept, probably behind the short story, but certainly in play when they were talking about the film, was that I guess in the 60s, there was a rumor about a signal going out that encouraged people or propelled people to do ridiculous amounts of buying. Like it cued them to buy 100 cans of dog food or 100 boxes of cereal. It turned out to not be real, but it was like a thing that it was under investigation at the time. And I think they took some inspiration from this, that there's like the whole signal that goes out and it's like
I think
consume.
there was a term, there was a time when it's called subliminal seduction. I think it was a book or an article in Life magazine where they were accusing commercial artists of incorporating signals in the photographs and sounds of the record of the recording in the images that you watched that would have an effect on your consumption habits. Yeah. And it was a pretty big thing in the early 70s. I don't remember. I was pretty young when it was happening, but it was people were arguing, well, you can't just because. And it's interesting because our main character in They Live would put on these glasses and he would see a poster for something or another for a car, and it would say consume, buy more, submit, do what you're told. Really blatant, directives, but it was always behind something that was very, I would say, it looked innocent, and that I found that was really kind of the same thing that you're talking about. They were basically riffing off of that popular, I guess it was, was it a popular myth or what maybe it did happen. Maybe they were putting images in. And in the subliminal seduction, the world of subliminal seduction, they would actually use examples. Like they could pull up a picture of someone with a drink and inside of it, it would say orgy or something, So maybe because when you drink, you think you're going to get lucky with whatever. It was all these weird kind of connections.
Yeah.
And so that they were really using that as a subtext for how this thing operated.
Hello, my name is Simon Williamson. Help us find a cure for NMOSD, neuromyelitis optica spectrum disorder, and with it, cancer. Please go to the Guthrie Jackson Foundation and donate if you can.